the bang, we the bang, we the bang, we the bang. AaroniMoses, AaroniMoses, we the bang, we the bang, we the bang, we the bang. Hey, like, share, comment, subscribe, 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 like, share, comment, subscribe. It's AaroniMoses. I want to tell you a story, but I'm not really sure what the point of this video is. I watched a video about entrepreneurship, and the guy in the video, Seth Roden, is who I was watching, said that that's what you need to think about every time that you produce something. Every move that you make, you need to have a reason, have a what's the point moment for yourself. And honestly, I'm just gonna make this video with no direction. I don't know why I'm giving you this message. I'm just gonna tell this story, and you take this information and go with it, and you make your own point. I'm just gonna give you the information. So, my older cousin Chris, got LYFT. He got LYFT, I think it was a year ago. I lived with him and some more family in Arizona for about 3 months. And less than 3 months after I went back to Georgia, he got arrested for a murder. I looked the transcript up yesterday. I tried to look it up. I found the appeal transcript, I believe. Something about the appeals. I don't know exactly what it was that I was reading. But the story goes, he and a friend met up with this guy to try to buy $100 worth of weed. Guessing they were trying to get a half. And they took him to the weed man's house. Before they stopped at Walgreens and got some gloves, went to the weed man's house, sat in the car for 15 minutes, and when the guy was coming out of the weed man's house, my cousin and the dude that was with him tried to force themselves into the man's house. When he pushed on the door, the weed dealer pushed on the door, the dude that was with my cousin pushed back, trying to force himself into the house. The weed man finally gave up, turned around, ran towards the back of the house, and the guy that was with my cousin busted 3 shots, and what it said was 1 striking the victim, perforating his heart. Perforating is like the paper in the little, in your notebook, the little lines on the paper. It's perforated. So the boy who brought them over there, the dude who brought them over there, fled to a close by friend's house, called my cousin and said, yo, what the fuck? And my cousin said it wasn't supposed to happen like that, which was in the transcript and what they used to convict my cousin. And when they said when he kept getting arrested, when he got arrested or whatever the fuck he said, it wasn't supposed to fucking happen like that. It wasn't supposed to fucking happen like that. The thing about my cousin Chris was, he is not an unintelligent person. He might be ignorant to a lot of things in the world, but what does not make him an unintelligent person is the fact that he's open to learning and that he is in tune. he's the one who, I mean, when you make a connection, he was like, his wisdom was it had a very aged, he had, I don't really know how to express this. He was just wise, like an old person, basically. You know, he was a very mind over matter person. The things that I can explain to you, that was just his life. The things that I haven't even tried to, I know about, but I haven't even tried to master, that I know it would make my life a lot better. It's just normal for him. You know, like being in Arizona, walking down the street with him, and I'm like, bro, you just look like you're not affected. It's 107 degrees out here. And he would say something like, you gotta think cool to be cool, or some shit like that. Or we were shooting dice, and I'm fucking losing horribly, and I was like, bro, why are you getting 7s and 11s every time? And he's basically told me to void my mind, to not think about it. I mean, that's stuff that's really little, but he was really a magician in my eyes. You know, the things that he knew, he was, last thing that I remember him doing, last three things I remember him doing was, he went up to the college, to MCC, Maricopa County College, with me and my cousin, and he did the evaluation test to see what test he would have to take to get into school. He had to take the GED. I think he took the pre-GED or some shit like that, or the mock GED or whatever. I don't remember. He went up there with us. He did that. He was talking about going to school, not going back to school, because I think he was 23. If I was 20, he was probably he was like 23 or 24, because I was 21 at the time. And he was trying to marry his girlfriend at the time. He was trying to move out. I don't know if he was looking for a job. He had sickle cell. I don't want that to be his excuse, but you know, he wasn't getting disability or social security or anything like that. And it's just, it sucks, because because it was some weed. He's doing life because he robbed a weed man, and the nigga that he was with shot the weed man instead of just saying, oh, you know what, fuck it. He ran to the back of his house. Can't do it today, you know, fuck it, we'll have to find another weed man to rob without a gun. I mean, I don't know who the fuck robs a weed man with a gun anyway. Probably couldn't have got more than a couple pounds. I don't know the situation. I don't know how much they thought they were gonna get. I don't know what the fuck the dude thought that he was gonna do or accomplish by running in the back of the house, besides just straight up escaping. I don't know. I don't know anything other than what I could Google, honestly. But my cousin got like 36 years off top. They gave him 25 to life with the possibility of parole after 25 years. They gave him 10 and a half years for attempted robbery instead of armed robbery. They knocked it down from armed robbery to attempted robbery. And then they gave him a year for attempt to possess marijuana, which is a felony. The guy who actually killed the man only got 22 years because he pled guilty. He's not trying to appeal or anything like that. He got 22 years, so he will be getting out before my cousin for killing a man. I don't understand. My cousin was I thought he was a pretty cool person. I don't know him. I haven't talked to him since I left Arizona when I was 21, so I don't know. Actually, I called him once. After I got a job when I went back to Georgia. and then I called him. I tried to call him again, but his phone, the message on his phone was to call a different number. It was his girlfriend's number who he was trying to marry, and it said, she told me that he got arrested for murder. And yeah, that sucks. Now they don't even. My family doesn't talk to his girlfriend who he was trying to marry. They always said that she was a part of the family, and they don't even talk to her anymore. I can't even find her on any of their Facebooks unless she blocked me, which wouldn't surprise me actually. But I mean, my cousin, he really didn't like me, and I don't blame him, because just because, like, anything before about 2 years ago, how old am I? There wasn't really much to like, you know. I was not a good person. But I feel really bad. Like, I feel like if I wrote him, he wouldn't appreciate it, just because he really disliked me that much. He didn't even say bye to me when he dropped me off at the fucking Greyhound station. He just looked at me like, I don't know, like I can see his eyes looking at me the last time I saw him. I saw this dude who looked just like my cousin when I was in Chicago. That shit fucking hurt. It hurt. Like, I wish I could just, like, hang out with him or some shit. And I feel like I miss him. It's just the fact that there's no possibility that I would be able to see him. Because I'm a felon, and I don't know about Arizona. I don't know if felons can visit people in prison. I know you can in Illinois. But just like, I want to show him that I'm way, way different, and that I actually could stop drinking, and that I'm different. Like, and it really sucks. What sucks, and it's not even about me, what really sucks is sometimes I do think about him, and I had a dream about him the other day, but his birthday is the day before mine. So every year, you know. And sometimes I'm like, fuck that nigga. He didn't like me anyway. There's probably times where he wished ill on me. He fucking, you know, that's just because that's how I think, you know. That's a very immature part of my brain that I think with. But we struggled together for those. I mean, I was only there for fucking 3 months. Before this, I mean, I moved to Atlanta. He moved to Arizona, and I never really talked to my dad's side of the family like that. So the last time before I moved to Arizona that I saw him was probably at my great grandma's funeral when I was in middle school, about 12 years, something like that. I think I was about 13 the last time I saw him, actually, on the dot. But still, that's my fucking cousin, you know, like, it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. And it was over some weed. I mean, it could have been weed, it could have been coke, it could have been guns, it could have been $1 million in cash in there. I don't know. But the only thing that the judge sees is that you were trying to rob a weed man, and you shot him, and you helped him shoot him. And it fucking sucks. I hate when people say that when you go to jail, your loved ones are in jail with you. I really dislike when people say that, especially when I was in that situation, when I was going through jail. I haven't been to the penitentiary, but my mom just even going through just cases pending. My mom was having anxiety attacks and, you know, just not in a good place mentally. His mom's not alive anymore, but my whole family, you know, I don't know how they feel about it. I know how they feel about it, but I don't know what they're doing. I know I mean, that's their real family. They don't consider me family because of some shit I did in the past. and that's just how some people act.